Andromeda. TSL.
It is time. See, can the Slytherin Terran take down NonY, the hero of TeamLiquid.net? Well, let's see here. The map, Andromeda. The tournament, PokerStrategy.com, Team Liquid Star League. The top right brown Protoss, that's NonY. The bottom right orange Terran, that is Idra.
What was the the pet names that were given to the two players? The Slytherin Terran and the what?
The hero of TeamLiquid.net, NonY.
It almost sounded like some legends from the Hidden Temple team names there. No, I love it. These two guys, look, you and me have both been on same team as them. We've trained against them. We've competed against them in the USA finals as well as qualifiers. These guys have quite a history, and I think they are easily some of the best American players of all time.
Oh, yeah.
I would expect Idra to win here. But you never know. NonY is a pretty damn solid player. He's not somebody that started out really good either. He really worked his way up there. If you can even believe this, there's a period where NonY was actually, really struggling in StarCraft in some respects early on. But he worked his way through it, and I gotta commend him for that. I was actually the same way. I started out terrible, and then I found out what DTs are. No, I'm fine.
Then Brood War came out, and your life changed forever. Well, yeah, they both took a while to come up. Idra came up a little bit quicker than NonY, but, both of them, they have a storied history together. NonY knocked Idra out of WCG USA and won it in 2008, and that year Idra was not a happy camper. He had come over from Korea after being there for a while. People expected big things out of him, and I think that it really kind of screwed with Idra's brain. He does not want to lose this match a lot because of that. But, NonY, he went to Korea. He has an open invitation to anytime he wants to come back for StarCraft 1 or StarCraft 2. And Idra, the only pro gamer left of the foreigners in Korea on CJ Entis. So these guys are top tier, and we see NonY opening up with a 12 Nexus, man. This is a really aggravating build to play against for Idra.
Well, 12 Nexus on a map like this, it's pretty tough to actually rush the opposing player when you do it. The whole point of getting that 12 Nexus on the high ground is so you can get a quick third Nexus on the low ground. You don't get a Vespian Gas Geyser, but you can use those few extra mineral patches to secure a few more Dragoons and get another base.
Well, we see Idra right now. This is very interesting. We take a look at Idra's main base. He is still mining gas after making this factory, and I got to tell you what, man, I am quite proud of this kid because for a long time he would only go factory expansion, but we see he is still mining gas, so he's either going for 2 factory or some sort of starport build, and this is exciting to see because that's going to give him a good chance against the 12 Nexus. Of course, it's kind of harder because it's on the high ground, but just the fact that he's mixing it up might throw NonY off a little bit.
I'm very curious to see if Idra does, in fact, engage in
factory.
It's very exciting. You know what else is also interesting is there's so many different ways you can go 2 factory. Yeah. Now, I think the best 2 factory build against a Protoss that goes fast Nexus is to get a starport with that. Get vultures out, you can drop the main, you can rush into the front. What Protoss doesn't have is observers.
You're completely correct. Vulture drop off of 2 factory against the 12 Nexus is so good because as you're dropping the vultures, you can run vultures in the front. So if he's going back to defend, you have him flanked, man. That is it. It's a really good build, and we see a starport going up for Idra. So it looks like he is going to do this. He is aware of this build order. He has it prepared ahead of time. He knows exactly what NonY's thinking. And NonY probably thinks he knows what Idra's thinking. So this is like really kind of funny. This is something that happens a lot in the USA because that group of players has played so much together, such a tightly knit community at the top, that everyone knows what everyone does. And look at this. NonY's cybernetics core is getting air attack.
This is a trick that a lot of people do to make the opposing player think, uh-oh, Dragoon range, because of course air attack is actually 50 minerals, 50 best being gas, cheaper than Dragoon range. So what he's doing is he's faking getting anything that's going to make his Dragoon stronger that he might tech for instance, a quick robotics facility to get observers. What this does most importantly mean is that he's going to be very vulnerable to a rush. Idra doesn't know that yet. Idra probably thinks it's Dragoon range. That's the most logical thing to think. But this could be really bad for NonY.
All right, he does cancel. I think he thinks it's NonY, but it says NonY.
Yeah, when I met NonY, he's like, yeah, I'm NonY. I'm like, whoa, you say your name wrong.
I tasked.
It's like when I worked in Italy and people kept calling me Testilis.
Wow. All right. Oh, look at this DT drop. Wow.
It's like we finished each other's sentences
at the same exact time.
Oh,
we always
we're
said
gonna say
same exact
with this?
tasteless.
Can we? All right, let's.
You're messing up everything.
Somebody crash the server. Let's start this replay over.
All right. Anyways, Dark Templar drop for NonY, and guess what? This is great for Idra, man. He's got the starport, he's got the vultures, and both those things are great against DT openers. You know, he's just going to be solo on Dragoons. He's got 3 Dragoons right now and a Zealot, and that's it for units. So, I don't know, man. It looks like Idra might be able to take this game with this really weird build that I think NonY was definitely not expecting here. So, 4 vultures loaded up, 3 vultures going up to the front. And this is all going to be down to micro. So let's take a look at this drop ship. He's going to drop it right on the edge here.
Oh my
4
God,
Dragoons right there. This is a little bit dangerous by Idra. He lays a lot of spider mines. Actually, not a lot of spider mines.
I
Only
don't
a few
know if
spider
the
mines.
position is dropped.
Oh my God.
Good at all.
Nope.
But however, there's just too many vultures. This build, rock, paper, scissors. This is like rock is just completely defeating scissors right now.
This is like nuclear bomb, man. This just beat the hell out of anything NonY's trying to do.
Versus a bunch of ducks. I mean, this is like, this is build pretty much direct counters fast Nexus. If you guys are one of the people at home learning GG, if you're a great game, if you're one of the people learning StarCraft at home, that is the exact counter to fast Nexus. It's one of the reasons why we don't see as much fast Nexusing as we used to.
Well, you know, I think that that's going to really hurt NonY, his confidence and all that. You know, he probably really was counting on that win in particular. That's the map that he's really good at. We've seen in the last cast that they played each other in. And it's kind of the best map in this set for Protoss vs. Terran. So losing that might really throw him off a little bit.
Game number 2, very short game number 1. I gotta say, I didn't quite expect the game to be that short and simple. But at the same time, it really said high-level play from both these guys. Look, NonY's build was pretty good, okay? It just so happens that Greg had the exact counter to both somebody who gets fast Dragoon range and somebody who it just happens to go for fast DT drop with faked fast Dragoon range.
Well, you know, let's take a look at the next map. It is Neo Tornado. And the last time we saw them play here, Idra actually won by the skin of his teeth, man. He barely blocked a timing attack by NonY with Zealots and Dragoons with SCVs that were actually transferring to his third base. And it looks like, I think it's just about time to go, Tasteless.
I think it's time, guys.
All right, well, let's go.
All right, let's do this.